Hey, Blue Fleet, hi. Did he remember to bring the Blackwell plush? Well. What we got here? What we got here? It's Blackwell. Oh, yeah. We're also using my normal model tonight rather than the Chibi, because it's easier to hold Blackwell with my strong, muscular arms, you know? Ow. Bear with me just a second. I just need to do something really quickly because my obsessive-compulsive nature means that I need to get this out of the way, otherwise it's going to bug me. Sorry, I was building, before I went live, a Blightlord Terminator for Warhammer, and I got like part way through it. It's like he's got one arm, and that's bugging me. So I'm just going to put the other arm on real quick. Tits test. Yeah, test them tits. Test them tits. Alright, if I hold it like this... Oh. Yeah, that should anchor... No, that's not going to work. Hold on. Bear with me a second. I should have sorted this shit before I went live, but I was pooping. Yeah, I'm not going to lie about it. I was having a shit. The great sort of truth about... Hey, why does Shinsu always have like a 5-minute build-up to when he's actually live? Well, normally it's time for a poop. Hey there, Ferocious. How you doing? I have to drop a confession here. I'm not actually a fan of Halloween. Yeah. So I hope you guys are enjoying yours. What's that for? What's that for? No. What's that for? What did I do? Come on, I'm just a little guy. That's for the Halloween disrespect? I never said anything disrespectful. I just said I don't like it. I never said anything bad about it. What? I just said I don't like it. In your country, there isn't any Halloween. I kind of envy that, to be honest. Like, the thing is, I just don't like any holiday that makes little kids feel like they're entitled to knock on my door. I'm a simple man in that respect. But yeah, we're on to that case today. The famous Ace Attorney 6 case. Turnabout Storyteller. A.K.A. the Sexy Clown case. A.K.A. the Clu-C. They're so happy when they get sweets. Look. Children of the future. And that's why we have to stop them now. You understand? They're the future unless we stop them today. So, yeah. You wish you complete the formality? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, let's see what's going on, huh? Oh, cutscene.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
What's up with the costume? Which costume do we mean? That guy's costume or... Oh, no. Guy Eldoon! No! Wait, Shisho's dead? No. Do you think he did it? Oh, no. If he did, then what do we do? Hey, pull yourself together. Don't worry. I have an idea. Ha. So it's an Eldoon's noodle thing. Good knowing him for some seconds. Yeah, we didn't know him for very long, did we? Okay, so we're at District Court, Defendant Lobby number 6. Okay. Pretty straightforward by the look of it. Okay. That should stay. Yeah, bear with. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's put him down. Now the glue will sort of dry out a bit. Okay. There we go. This whole case is based around Rakugo. That's the that's like Japanese stage shows, isn't it? I think it is. Hey Zach, how we doing? All good for me. How about for you? Did we win yet? Not yet. We won last time. We've only just started this case, so, are you winning yet, son?
No. Only terror. Eternal fear.
Okay. What the heck? Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute, I didn't even have a chance to talk to my client.
He's late. He's late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. He's late. He's late. He's late.
Maya's not guilty, not possessed. No, she is safe. Maya has been saved, and now Phoenix is about to... he's about to overthrow the government, so yippee. Don't do that voice? What do you mean don't do that voice? I'll do whatever voice I like, thank you very much. My name is Athena Sykes. Armed with an analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how, I'm a fully competent defender of the Right Anything Agency. Though, I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start. Huh. Who's this? Huh. It appears we made it just in time. Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon. Excellent. Yeah! The voice shocked you? Oh, don't worry, I've got many more voices. I've got many more voices. Your Honor, they're siblings. You know what? Athena can keep her grubby fucking hands off. He's mine. You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His boldness can wait. There's no way he'd wait for me. And besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out the gate? Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, covering your lateness is not. Still but a rank amateur, I see. This is Simon Blackwell. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, today's lawyers are surely talented with their voices. I try. I'm nowhere near like where I'd like to be with it, but I can make my voice do some pretty weird things. Like, I mean, just for the sake of an example...
Yes, I can push my voice into sounding something like this, do you see? Yes, and then
I can kind of push it down to... I can make the Nazgul noise, yeah. So if you remember the ring race from Lord of the Rings, I can make that sound. And it's like, it's very high-pitched and unpleasant for the listener. But yeah, I can do the Nazgul sound, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, it's basically just like an inhale scream. It's like... You just like scream while you inhale. I'm not going to do it at full volume because my wife's at home at the minute, but yeah, I can do that noise. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak, but he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, I'd wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the same. So we're a right dono and justice dono. Mr. Wright is abroad and Apollo's helping Clu-C with a magic show. Didn't I tell you? They're what? So neither one of them are here, leaving you to take this on alone. Yep. Ye gods. Call Right Dono back, it's not too late. Oh no, not too late at all. He would only need to know how to teleport. Very well. Here you are and you're suffering because your voice is wrecked up because of cold and cough. You'll get there. Yeah. A little bit of lemsip, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Sometimes I forget this model's like, it's not quite as bendy as the Chibi. I mean, you know, the Chibi is like very flexible compared to my main model. I don't use my main model very much these days, actually. British author, New Zealand location, American production, nice English language collab. Yeah. No, Lord of the Rings was pretty fun. Lord of the Rings was, like, really enjoyable. Give me a sec. I've realised one of the ways I can deal with being, like, perpetually tired is I can... Oh, sorry, I dropped something. I can put my fans on, and actually having the air blowing on me keeps me awake. I don't quite get it either, but it works. Then I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here. Apollo is literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery. As your defense derails in spectacular fashion? No, as I win the heck out of this trial. I'll be okay, promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take it the guy behind you is... Yes, he's your... He's asleep again. Hoi, Bucky, wake up! Yeah! Ow! What'd you do that for, Simey? Oh, he's drunk. Oh my god! Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna have to get my drunk voice on. Well, this should be interesting. This is yellow chickadee. She is your lawyer, such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however. Lawyer? She sure doesn't look like it, does she? Is she like a fellow apprentice or something? Heh, something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. Oh, okay. Well then, guess we'll call her Miss Chickadee then. Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial. I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial. Simon is definitely undermining us. That's fine. He can undermine me any day. And then the floor will collapse and I'll fall into his big, muscly, manly arms and it'll be great. Give me a second. I was going to... I just need to calibrate my camera. Hold on. I think my calibration was set for the Chibi. I have to kind of tweak the settings a bit different between the models. Anybody else silence me? Ara, have I shown you? You've seen the emote, haven't you? Hold on. I'm going to send you the emote. Give me a second. There you are. There we go. I've sent you the emote on Discord. I was just talking what the emote's called. Sometimes people ask me, why is it called that? And I'm just like, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it, alright? Miss Chickadee. Don't call me that. How's you do? Simey is an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef of Wet Sober. You get the notification. Wet Noodle number 4. Bucky Wet. Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. So he can pull himself together when he wants to. If only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes. Having been accused of a murder that's only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy. And you happened to be there at the theatre when it all happened too, right? They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Indeed. The victim, Master Storyteller Taifu Tornado, was a longtime patron of Wet Sober. Master Tornado had been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away. I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh? That stupid little fart. Your father? Oh, he was always dishing sober. How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspect you of murder in the first place. Now pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave. Simey! The police! No, the police will do the It looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's going to be alright. I think he's going to lose this trial. And I'll tell you why. Notice how she said everything's going to be alright and not, it's fine. You know? That's how you win a trial. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not, it'll be alright. I'm going to defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now. You believe me, ma'am? Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. Gee whiz, chickadee. Now, come on, I need you to shape up, just like those al dente noodles of yours. Yes, ma'am. My soba is fresh. Uh-oh. Mr. Wet? Bucky, you great big pillock. Incredible. This is how you know that Simon is aggressively British. Like, he uses words like pillock. So, how exactly did you know this guy? I used to frequent Wet Sober, and still do, in fact, so I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado were always so good to me. I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon. I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour. Hey, that's just rude, but I digress. I'm all about flavour and subtlety and stuff. If I let Wet Sober end like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 on Master Tornado in the next life. Simon's Larry Butts? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, he's competent for a start. Like, Butts is definitely not. You love this case? That sets me in good spirits. Like, I've heard mixed things about this case, but at the same time, like, it's got Simon, so it can't be bad. You know, I've got the plushie out again. Look, we're cuddling him. Yippee! And that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust. It was never my intention to ask you. Ah, I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine. Well, I believe it's just about time. What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet. What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out. The case is objectively terrible, but as a Simon Athena fan, you love it to bits. You know, fair. I mean, the thing is, it can't be, like... It can't be the worst case in the game, because 3-2 exists. So, yeah. Did I have to commission the plushie or did someone make it? No. There's someone who actually makes IRL plushies over on DeviantArt. So the plushie is borrowed... I say borrowed. I've taken the image of the plushie from them. It should be in the credits. If it's not, let me know and I'll go back and add that later, because it should be. It's definitely there for the ones we did of Dual Destinies. I had to think about what the 5th game was called, because like, we played it like ages ago. Then we stopped for the Edgeworth game for like, what? Almost a year? It's not bad in the story scenario, it's just we need to shorten this case to make room for the last case. Ah, okay. Yeah, the revolution must be televised. And because it's being done live, we've got to cut this one down, maybe. Off gates, let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We've got a case to win. Yes, Miss Chickadee. I'm going to do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Yeah, 2 mostly noodles. Sorry, sir. No can do. Kind of busy at the courthouse. Huh? Did you hung up? Okay, let's do this. He's not going to do himself for his case any favours like this, Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere. Let me rest? Huh. Maybe if I love making found of food on noodles. Well, I'm fresh, we're sober. Nearly sober, no rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind your buckwheat seeds fresh. Cut the dough fresh. But... He's blacked out. Oh boy, I just knew something else would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about? First, buckwheat seeds, or groats, are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten. Oh, so that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though, that's for sure. Wait, hang on! Is that the joke? Bucky's not very good at making the noodles, therefore he's not sober. That's an incredible pun. That's an incredible pun. Holy shit, man. Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter. There you go, treat me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Oh, just you wait, Simon, I'll show you. Mr. Wright and Apollo may not be here, but that's alright. I can do this on my own. Can you now, Athena? If Simon is the defendant, how can he be the prosecutor? I don't think he is the prosecutor on this case. Because Athena said he's going up into the gallery. Oh, no! 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 It's prosecutor anal beads. Why live? Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky Wet. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor. What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Sadbadi. That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country? Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell. Objection. What the fuck, man? If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I'm a qualified and capable attorney. Then what is that yellow attire, if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick? Wow, I'm starting to see your point here, Ara. Now cease your shrill chirping. Oh, he's just a fucking straight up sexist, isn't he? He's just a fucking straight up sexist. I haven't seen anything yet. I've seen enough. If there's more to come, and this is like just the tip of the iceberg, well then I'm gonna have to destroy this iceberg. Simon, deal with this punk. Now, Prosecutor Sadbadi. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her. Great, now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment. Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor? He simps for a queen and a princess. Yeah, but that's like in his home country. Over here, he's like he's being incredibly like sexist towards Athena there. Oh man, I don't like this guy. I don't like him. I think he's stinky. He probably doesn't shower, does he? Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Sadbadi, please give your opening statement. I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me. Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 PM yesterday, May the 12th, at a storyteller's theatre called Kurukurute. Okay, so there's a lot of spinning, is what I get from that. The victim was a great master of the Tornado School of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. Game music is a bit low. Alright, hold on. Is that better? I think that's probably better. That's better? Good, good, good. Alright, cool. Good shit. Okay. His name was Taifu Tornado. The scene of the murder was the theatre's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door. Okay. Neither are great. Yeah, I mean, I think that... I think that Nayuta is just kind of... he's just a dick. Like, I think we can just, like, summarize this guy just by saying he's just a bit of a twat, you know. Lawyer's always trash-talking in this game. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Can we fail Naito from life, do you think? I want to see his beads jammed so far up his ass that he has to go to A&E and embarrassingly have a discussion with director Hossie about it. The estimated time of death is between 2 PM and 5 PM. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocates is yet to be determined. Well, quite obviously, he was suffocated inside his own bowl of noodles, wasn't he? Rifer at least shows she regrets her actions once she understands them. Naito's just a dick. Never regrets anything. He certainly seems like an absolute wanker. And, like, this is coming from me, and I'm kind of a wanker sometimes. So, you know. The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon. I will now submit the incident report to the court. Okay. Smothered or strangled or choked. Well, if he's not got anything unusual in his system, the theory about him having his head shoved into the sober doesn't hold weight, because he'd actually drown from that. That would be drowning. So potentially he's been smothered. If he'd been strangled, there'd be some sort of, like, ligature marks. Choked, ligature marks. Smothered, not necessarily. I mean, if he's been held face down in something, then you could feasibly say smothered. So, like, let's have a look at the crime scene photo. So, I mean, in terms of possibilities, hold on. Let me have a look at this again. Hold on. So, like, in terms of this, look, see how there's loads of flour around everywhere? Right? It's not infeasible to think that potentially he's been making some soba, and then he's, like, it would have probably left some residue. Like, he could have had his face just pressed down into some dough and suffocated that way, maybe. If it was noodles or noodle broth, there'd be trace in his lungs. Are you talking about the salty broth? If you want the salty broth in your lungs, you go to El Dune's Noodles. You don't go to fucking this guy. You go El Dune's Noodles, don't you, for the salty broth? That's where you go to for the broth, alright? Right. Okay. Oh, hang on. What was that said? The victim was making soba noodles from scratch in the dressing room. Room is covered in soba flour. 2 drink cans in the fridge. Yeah, I think he's been suffocated with dough. That's my guess at this stage, based on the evidence I've got to hand. Now, if I can blow this case open through guesswork, I'll be quite amused. The next one's the one I need to bust open, though. Prosecutor Sad Marty, how can you name Mr. West as the culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what? While it is true that the weapon and precise method are as yet unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further detail as we continue. Oh, I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honour, but I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary. Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Great, starting off on the wrong foot already. Mr. West is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theatre at the victim's request. Okay. Taifu Tornado was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he himself made there. Okay. Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theatre dressing room is a bit much, no? Master Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet the accused had ample motive. For in the victim's safe we discovered the deeds of the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet soba when he lost his father recently. However, it's believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. It's soba. Oh no, it's soba. Okay. A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive. We can't look at this any further. Okay. So that's what this case is about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. I could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had. Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case. Well, you see... Oh, sat on these nuts. You are dishonouring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession, you putrid egg yolk. Ah! I'm sorry. Apollo's a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk. We've only just started and I've already been demoted from spring chick. I am ready to call my witness, Your Honour. Let us listen to the words of one who was present when the crime was discovered. Someone who was there when the victim's body was found. Very well. Witness, please take the stand. Welcome, Hades. How you doing? Welcome to the case with the Clu-C. What? The Clu-C? What? The Clu-C? Who's this? Simon? It is Simon. Okay. Hi. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor. Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand. Simon's doing it just to troll her. You know what, yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all. There simply wasn't time. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. They're siblings? Yeah, you know what, fair. Had you shared the damning scene that you witnessed beforehand with the defense, we could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see? Prosecutor Sadmadi, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm. By all means. This case involves Rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case competently? Are you implying that I'm not qualified for this case? Not yet. I'm simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on Rakugo last night, and I've grasped the overall idea of it. How much could you possibly grasp in a single night? Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originates in the land of Japan. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage, with only a fan and a towel as... Yep. And the Rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character a distinct voice. This traditional art was originally invented by monks to make sermons more interesting. Wait. Comedic storytelling, where they give each character an individual voice? Uh-oh. Is that what I'm doing? Oh, boy, okay. It's VTubing. Yeah. I actually watched an anime about Rakugo. Yeah, I watched that show. It was last year, I think it was, or possibly the year before, but I watched that one. It was pretty good. It's the one with the Tanuki, wasn't it? I can't remember what the show was called, but I remember the Tanuki girl. Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Cultural appropriation, British get a buff for it. Hey, yeah. Joshiraku? Let me have a look. Give me a second. Let's see. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. Hold on a minute. My Master Has No Tail is the one that I'm thinking about. And that was 2023, that one released. But yeah, I watched that one. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jugemu instead? Oh, it appears you have put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackquill. I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. My master has no taste? Ah, what? What? Ah, I should mean that. Now, I would love you to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind. If that is your honour's request. To give... Pfft. Your Honour, can we please get back to the trial? Oh, right, of course. I nearly forgot. Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget. Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed. What did Simon see? I went to the theatre yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body. Okay. Now wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wet of the crime. All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right? Well, yeah, duh. Alright. I guess I better start by getting all the info out of him that I can. You ain't gonna throw your bird at me, are you, Simon? Your Honour, they are siblings? Why do you keep on saying that? Why do you keep saying that? It's not like there's gonna be, like loving in the courtroom or anything, is there? Because they are? Well, yeah, they are. But, like, you know, does Judgy Judge Pants really need to know that? I don't know if he does. Alright. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theatre for in the first place? I went because I'd received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. Okay. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Uendo's promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo II. Are they related? Not by blood, no, they're adoptive siblings. So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name? You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name. I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say? It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program. Oh, it appears Taifu Tornado is going to perform Toki Soba, or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime eating soba using only his fan as a prop. And Uendo was to perform Soba Sei, or Soba Glutton. A soba-themed show, I see. It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your boldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Geiru, followed by Uendo. And lastly, Master Tornado. Wait, hold on. Hang on. Okay. I was looking at, like, Uendo getting a promotion, then the senior disciple being mentioned. I was like, hang on. He's not, like, naming the guy as, like, the successor over the senior disciple, because that would have caused the potential for, like, some motive and all that, you know. Well. Okay, let's have a look at that. I see. So that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theatre yesterday. Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple greeting and a rundown of the show's program. Geiru was to perform her balloon act, then Uendo was to do his sober glutton routine, and finally Master Tornado was to perform his time sober routine. Okay. So what happened after you arrived? Okay. And how did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him? I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet. You didn't see him? Why not? Geiru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Geiru as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 PM. Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado. I could tell because it was the time sober routine being performed in there. So that means the victim was killed sometime after that. Okay. So what was it the autopsy report said? Let's have a look. Between 2 and 5, so we can actually narrow this down to it's between 4 and 5. So 2 while 4 he's still kicking. Unless someone's like ventriloquizing his corpse, I guess.
Hold it!
Hold it! Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time. Drunk? Geiru and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tornado to finish practicing, when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. I better come up with some kind of counter-argument fast. Okay. Okay. What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Geiru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all. I see. And why do you suppose Wendo went to the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. A disciple is to pay their master respect right before and after each performance. And all disciples are expected to do this. Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists. Okay, understood. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Wendo went into the dressing room? Certainly. Okay. And how did Wendo act at the time? After Wendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room and Wendo came flying out. Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time? No, just Wendo's woeful scream. I see. I don't think there was anything we could have actually presented on there. It looks like it was just one we had to press on everything and it would get us through. Understood. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Case failed. What? What do you mean case failed? What do you mean case failed? You're joking. Oh, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. Okay. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room. And about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tornado went into the room. A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Uendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. Okay. From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim. This is crucial testimony indeed. Okay. Oops. Just a little slurper. Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites? Not on your life. If Uendo went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime? Uendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Oh, Simon, why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here? Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself. This is not the time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. Oh, here he goes again. Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. Be gone, witness. You shall haunt this sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard. Okay. Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled, putrid egg yolk. Ugh, I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. And who is this witness? Sorry, bear with me a sec, guys. The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She is another entertainer of the Tornado School, Miss Geru Tornado. Hey, Naita, did I tell you Blackwell's found guilty of murder? I want to weigh your words carefully. He might, you know. Oh god. Oh god, you saw that the arms are disjointed. Ah, yeah, they're kind of pinned on there. I'm actually a Machamp in disguise. Okay. Hello? Hello? Damn, she is all legs. Please state your name and occupation, witness. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can say what I'm thinking. Oh, God. Okay. No, I cannot. What sort of voice? I'm thinking very high-pitched. Very, almost squeaky. What do we reckon? You don't know? I think she's got like a high-pitched voice, but then if she gets flustered, it drops an octave or two.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisty twist twist. And balloon. There you have it. A stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geru Tornado. Just call me Geru, sweetie. 1, 2...
Okay. When you say no, what do you mean no? What a way to capture your audience's attention. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons. Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor.
Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you like it.
I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful having just lost your master.
Of course I'm sad. But she sure would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile. With a twisty twist twist.
Is this what she's, like, threatened to do to Naita if she's indicted in any way? She's going to twist his balls like that. I mean, to be fair, he deserves it. But not in a good way. Not in an enjoyable way. He's going to be sent to the hell of Twisty Twist Twist. It's much worse than the hell of tickling, let me tell you that.
And bloom! There you have it. One gorgeous cake.
I see. I guess Nintendo's got to do what Nintendo's got to do. Her balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw was a 7 monster head. Geiru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So, how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school?
Well, my father, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the Tornado School to be just like my daddy someday.
I see.
My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky Wet. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible.
That looks incredibly threatening. That looks like she's saying that she's going to use that banana as a suppository and just jam it up his ass. I'm kind of scared. Sorry, my eye tracking's gone really dodgy again. Hold on. Give me a second. Is that better? I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but he...
You have more to say about Mr. Wet?
Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away.
Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you?
He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? It's a great scent.
How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset. Shut up, Judge. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Geiru's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember? It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last defense. Now then, Geiru, please share the truth with this court. Yes, Geiru, your testimony, please. By the way, Ara, how long is this case? Is it, like, pretty short? Like, how many streams do you reckon you get through this one? It's a two-parter. Understood. We'll play it as a two-parter then.
From 4 PM to a little after 4:20 PM when Shisho's body was found. Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who got in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad.
Jugemu, huh? Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony? No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk Sadmadi. First you exercise me, now this. I love this guy. I love Simon, he's great. You need only do as you were instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul. Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Sadmadi, and I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Kurainism. Let me guess. Oh, to stir the winds beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. Oh, fuck off. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dodo. Well, I would let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness. I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmadi see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow your cross-examination, so you'd better strike while the iron is hot. Okay. Let's cross-examine the Clu-C. What? The Clu-C. What? He laughs at Athena while adding dono. Yeah. He is a cheeky rascal. He is a rascal, like through and through. Okay. Okay. So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it?
I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know. Isn't that right, Simon?
Yes. Gabriel and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived at around 4 PM. Oh, yeah. You can, can't you?
See?
I'm suspecting her already. Do you know why I'm suspecting her? Because she's giving me the same sort of energy that Cammy Meal did. Like, you remember how Cammy Meal was like,
Oh, I'm so sexy. I've got my armpits out and my knees out, and I'm actually the murderer.
you know, it's the same energy. Cammy Meal and April May? Yeah. April May with the boober. Okay. The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, correct?
Of course. Are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something?
No, of course not.
I saw everything, I tell you.
Fine, fine. So you say anyway, but did you really? Okay. Only the defendant and Wendo entered around the time of the murder.
That's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shisho.
Let's take a deep breath, okay, Gary? So not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time.
I already told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else.
I must apologise on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's. Please overlook her transgression as best you can.
Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie.
Hey, who are you calling a bird brain, buddy? Okay. So, who the fuck is Jugemu? Just have a look at my, I haven't even got, like, a list of characters. No. Tell me about Jugemu. Jugemu?
That's my doggy. I keep him at the theatre. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist. And Bloom, there you have it, my cute little Jugemu.
He's kind of creepy looking.
Oh, but he's a really, really good boy.
And why was Jugemu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case.
Now why was he barking again? Oh, I remember, because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food.
Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that?
Nope, the door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room.
Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please. How many times must I do this? You saw what Gary was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before? I can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Gary go out into the yard? Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jugemu. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Jugemu couldn't finish them all, so we buried the rest in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Okay. Now, it looks like Gary was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Gary's last statement added to the testimony. As you wish, defense. Okay.
I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep watching the dressing room.
Why are you keeping watching the dressing room? That's sus. Do I press there? The dog buried his leftovers in the yard. You know what this means, right, Gary? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you?
Well, okay, so I did go out into the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time.
The door was open so she could still see the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you on the stand again, please. What am I, your lady in waiting? Do you remember anything about the time Gary was in the yard? Simply that Jugemu buried the food he couldn't finish in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Thank you. I didn't really need to hear about the dog again, though.
When I finished feeding Jugemu, I returned to the hallway. And then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it.
Alright, so around the time of the murder, Gary and Simon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. Guess I'm going to have to find a floor in there somewhere if I want to get anywhere. But the dog bowl is there. The door's there. You wouldn't be able to see into it. Am I cooking error? It looks to me as though the issue here is that, look. Yeah, I thought I was. I'm still gonna be like careful because I'm paranoid as fuck. Oh. Objection! Aha! So, you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Is that correct?
That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open.
Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at the diagram of the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between the diagram and the witness's testimony. Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Please point out what contradicts the witness's testimony. It's the bowl, isn't it? It's the bowl. Because the bowl is here. Right? No, it's not the bowl. Is it the door, then? Is it this? Because this swings out this way, so... It looks like when this is open, yeah, this would, like, swing that way. And then you can't see into the yard. You'd have to go out through that door. Gary was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the doors to the yard had been left open. Hey, Max, how you doing? Welcome in. Are the judges in this series sometimes the same guy with a wig? Sometimes. One of them's Canadian. One of them has Tim Hortons in his beard. It's kind of weird, if I'm honest. Ah, I see. Yeah, if the doors to the yard were wide open, as Gary said, it would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room.
What? No way!
But even if there were admittedly a few moments Gary was not keeping watch... Excuse me. How much would that really affect this case? It would greatly affect the case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Uh-oh. Dong dong. Gary, why did you try to hide the fact you weren't watching the dressing room?
What? I...
Objection.
Hide the fact.
You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight. Right, witness?
Well, I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all.
That's sus. Excuse me. Even though she's trying to keep up a brave face as an entertainer, the truth is that she's being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed. But I wasn't... That wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I'm sure they would agree. What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you're so proud of. He's right, that was harsh. Shouldn't have to go that far. I feel kind of sorry for the witness. And why is the lawyer's outfit so yellow? Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he? What a dick. No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why does the whole gallery side with Prosecutor Sarbadi? The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she? Why is she all by herself? I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voice of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. I can't give up. I have to keep pressing on. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell and Gayru's testimonies. Even now you would continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see. I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started. Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. A little push such as with this piece of conclusive evidence. Conclusive evidence, huh? Sure. That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wet. Surely the judge is just going to be like, oh, it's this shit again. Wonderful. Wonderful. He is a twat, isn't he? Look at these Japanese playing cards, known as Cerata, lined up on the table. These special English version Cerata cards spell out a message. That message, wet number 4. Wet number 4? You mean wet noodle number 4? Yes, wet noodle number 4, as the 4th head chef of Wet Soba is also known. This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wet. No! That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You've seen enough of these be proven wrong to know better, Urgy. You silly sausage.
Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do? What do I do? Urgy's getting old. Yeah, he's got the he's got the big D. And not a pig penis, let's put it that way. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence? You can say whatever you want, but we won't know until... Soraji's big D? Always. It is cruel to give the accused false hope. You will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree? He's right. It's cruel to make him suffer when there's conclusive evidence. What incompetent you. I feel bad for the victim and the defendant. What? I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here. I know you can hear the defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. It is time for you to let it go and move on, you inexperienced lawyer. You lack the competence with which to accomplish anything meaningful here. Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? What good's she doing anybody? She's just quit right now. Ugh. Now, defense. Leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Daddy! He's here. He's here! He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. This is fantastic. This is the greatest night of my life. This is why you love this case. Just look at him. Yeah, we've got our Mastiff on side now, and he's ready to tear into some flesh. Simon! And you fop doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around. Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around? The mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing on the defence's bench? I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to the spring chick, and lose my favourite sober shop in the process, I will be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin. Truly, what a fool you are. To think you were so easily manipulated by his parlour tricks. Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena? I just let my guard down a little bit. It won't happen again. Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle. I'm not girding up anything in this skirt. But I am ready to get serious. It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. Ah, but the fires of hell would not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. A white and black reverse panda, that is. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule. A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell. After all, he's already too used to looking like a panda in this life. Who you calling a panda? Sorry. I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Geiru, thank you for your service. You may step down now. Okie dokie. Bye-bye, balloon. Does everything have to be about balloons with her? Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the Cerata cards. And who is the witness this time? The first to discover the body and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Uendo Tornado. The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on. Very well, let's bring in this witness then. Okay. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What's this guy's voice like? What voice do we give him? He looks very serious. He looks incredibly serious. A gender neutral voice. Gender neutral voice. What does gender neutral even sound like? Like, the only gender neutral I understand is like fighting games. And you try and win gender neutral so you can get your gender turn, and then gender command throw them. Well, I'll try and give them just a flat voice, I suppose. Then, I am the Rakugo storyteller, Uendo Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a Raku no-no. Hehehe. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Okay.
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself. Oh, my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph?
Remember I'm supposed to change the voice depending on the character played? Oh, I didn't realise that those were characters.
Ow! What do you think you're doing? No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all. A fan for a fan. Nice one. Hehe. Oh, wife, it isn't Simon. How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say?
I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo.
Never performed in a place like this, you know. I got butterflies here, can't you see? Hee. Why do I always get the weird ones?
Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand.
Ah, I suppose you're right. In that case... I was promoted to Futatsumi yesterday and received the stage name of Wendo. The show was our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing. Hee! And then that happened. I never dreamed something like that had happened, not in a million years. And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus I'm worried about Geiru.
Okay.
The way she clung to Shisho, poor thing. I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come to scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again. Uendo, please, as charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage. Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt.
Okay. The fact that he's just, like, kneeling on the rice bags as well, that's kind of funny.
I noticed Chicho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see. Hey, now enough with the silly puns already. Hee hee. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the Master's final message, left as he was drowning in soba broth. It's so like Shisho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
Okay. Is it wrong that the smoking woman character is, like, kind of sexy? Oh dear. Oh, excuse me.
Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid.
But he shouldn't be performing any character in the first place, Your Honour.
And Uendo, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet.
So how could you say the victim was drowned in soba broth?
It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles.
Except we're not here to assume things, Wendo, so please stick to just the facts.
My, it's sort of like a soba chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the character message he left behind, it's clear Bucky Wet did it.
Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now, that dying message certainly seems to be irrefutable evidence.
Indeed. It proves the absolute guilt of the accused.
Even I've got to admit, I can't see how that message could mean anything else. Sorry, just give me a second. Right, okay.
Bucky used sober for the deed. All to get back the sober shop deed. Okay. But why is the sober shop deed there in the first place? This testimony makes Mr. Wet look super guilty. I have to do something. That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help. I did, no, I won't. Thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. I better listen carefully and try and see what he found. I think I can already see the problem. Right? I can already see the problem. I think. So, let me just save, and I'm going to pull up the evidence, just in case I accidentally press something. So, if we go to... not this one. Left as he was drowning in sober broth, except... nothing was found in his lungs. So you said before, Ara, that if he drowned, there would be sober broth in his lungs, right? I think we're just going to present immediately on this one. Drowning someone with a bowl, that must have needed force and rage. Did you spoil that part? No, I'd already picked up on that. Because you remember I said, it looks as though he's drowned in the bowl, but if his lungs are empty, he can't have drowned because his lungs will be full of fluid. You didn't spoil that part. I'd cottoned onto that already myself. You just kind of confirmed what I was thinking when I looked at the scene. So, don't worry, you've not spoiled at all. So we present the autopsy report.
Objection!
There's a contradiction in Innuendo's testimony.
And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes?
Certainly, Your Honour. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs.
Ah, yes, it does say that, doesn't it?
If he had drowned in a bowl of sober, there should have been sober broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than sober broth.
What?
This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon? Not bad at all. I guess I showed you.
But if drowning in the sober broth wasn't the cause of death, then what was the victim's face thrust into that bowl?
Typhoon's tornado was thrust into the bowl. It has to be after his murder, because if it's before his murder, he's gonna have he's gonna have traces of sober broth on his lungs. It's got to be after, surely. I think it's being used as a misdirection tactic. I'm still going to save here because I'm safe to come closer and I'm out in fucking force. Because no sober broth was discovered in the victim's lungs. His head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the sober broth must have been spilled onto the character cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined up the cards as he was drowning. Yeah, we dino dancing.
I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing?
I'm afraid I don't know yet. Shut the fuck up. No, it's a... Seriously, this guy is like the Simon of prosecutors. And I don't mean the Simon Blackwell. I mean the Simon Soma. You know? He's literally like... He makes Simon seem sympathetic. Huh. You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. What, and I suppose you know why? Of course. Desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on part of the perpetrator.
Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim.
Feelings of resentment over the theft of the sober shop's deed, no doubt. Just great. Now the judge has an even more unfavourable impression of Bucky.
Silence!
Yes, Daddy. Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message? Good point. The cards were right in front of his body, after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
Objection!
Shut the fuck up, Nayuta. Ah, but was the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of that room?
Silence!
Wow, yes, Daddy. Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Uendo. Me? You saw the character cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from Shisho's special Soba Scenes of Tokyo Pass set. Each card is related in some way to Soba.
Spare me the history lesson. Just tell us how the cards looked at the scene and no more.
There was Soba broth spilled all over them.
That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sadmani, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly?
I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Okay.
Oh my, what delightful looking cards.
Well, well. Tearing Prosecutor Sadmonk's conclusive evidence apart should be a breeze with this. Don't tell me you haven't noticed. These aren't character cards. These aren't character cards at all. I don't know what they are, but they ain't character. That's not the point. The spots don't align? What do we mean by the spots? Are we talking about where the broth is spilled? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh. Look. These have been placed on afterwards. This one's been placed on... Yeah, so... Yeah, they're out of order. We're going to have to swap these around soon, aren't we? Don't be silly, of course I have. Not noticed anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I?
Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claim about these cards?
Well, go on then. Alright, it's do or die. All I have to do is study the picture and... These cards were rearranged. These cards were rearranged.
But how can you tell?
Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us.
Where exactly should we be looking, Miss Sykes?
The sober broth stains. No achievement in this case, multiple next one. Excellent. Next case we go for Rev. Revolution. Revolution. And so on and so forth. Please focus your attention on the sober broth stains on these cards. The outline of the stains don't match up with the larger stain on the table.
Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And?
Please recall that the sober broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl.
Yes, go on.
By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client.
What? Then, if we put the cards back in their original positions...
We can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing toward.
That's true.
Oh, God. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so that the stains match up. Okay. Let's see. Where was the W card originally? I think the W was here. Okay, perfect. Okay, the H card is next. H card was here. Yes. Now the E card. Well, that's obviously this one. Okay. Perfect match. Next is the T card. Where was the T card? Has to be this one. Great. That fits right in there. Now the N card. The N card was here. There, that looks good. Now O. Nice! Almost done now. The last card is 4. O in 4th. Let's see, what was this card originally? O in 4th.
Take that!
So the message wet number 4 was originally supposed to say O in 4th. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit. What? Heh. That indignant look on Prosecutor Sad Monk's face is positively priceless. I love it. I love this guy. Fantastic. This is absurd. So it was originally 0 in 4th. It wasn't wet number 4. Maybe the lawyer's smarter than we thought.
Order! Order in the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye.
Well, you see, Udgy. Also, cards wage their battles to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. I couldn't resist. You know what? I'm not going to get stuff thrown at me because, like, it's a Transformers joke. So, therefore, it's good, right? Yeah! Transformers, I live in your eyes. Wait, I got that wrong. Or maybe they do live in my eyes. I don't know. Maybe my eye is Unicron. Oh god, I never thought about it that way.
So, now that that's settled, what does this 0 in 4th mean?
Wait, am I? Who else do you suppose is to provide an explanation? Of course it's you. Welcome back, Hades. But I hadn't thought that far yet. Change the cards around all you'd like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is worthless as you are, Defense. No! Uh-oh. A transformer in my eye? Would I call an occultist or a mechanic? I don't know. Probably a priest. Probably a priest. Oh, an oculist, not an occultist. I misread that really badly. And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth. I have to do something, but what? Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there. Oh, right. That's a good idea. Come on, Athena, get a hold of yourself. Uendo, does the phrase 0 in 4th mean anything to you? No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family or our circle of friends. Go ahead, ask anybody you'd like. You can't be serious. Nothing can be as worthless as her because she isn't. Yeah, we stand Athena in this house. Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
Yes, Daddy. I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this 0 in 4th is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit. Bang bang. Prosecutor Blackwell's right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather, Who rearranged the cards? Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew? Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room, and the second was when Uendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, who came to testify out of the goodness of my heart. Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 or 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. Is that what Simon calls a quickie? So what exactly were you doing in there, Uendo? Is it broken again? Wait, what? It has, hasn't it? Are you fucking kidding me? This fucking system keeps... No, it's not. That was me. That was a test. Look, you see this? It's not connected. Oh, for God's sake. I'm going to have to look at this. Like, Tits has been really bad lately. It stays connected for a bit, and then it just, like, fucking explodes. Hold on, let me try and reset it. Give me a second. I'm going to vanish for a second. Okay. There we go. It's fixed. Put down the tea and spit out your answer. Ah! Mr. Prosecutor, what's a guy supposed to do at a time like this? Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They're waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law. Well, Prosecutor Blackwell, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share? Did you hear that, Sykes Dono? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work. That's right, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there is an audience to listen? Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery? Well, well, well. Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk? If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend. Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know. Oh, no, never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk, it's absolutely terrifying. But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. I'm doing jazz hands. You should see the jazz hands I'm doing right now, chat. I'm testifying so fucking hard right now. Oh, actually, my hands are going numb from jazzing. Ow, that kind of hurts. He did it. He managed to convince Uendo with his power of suggestion technique. Bully for you, Uendo. That's as a real Rakugo artist should be. Oh, all right. If the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do. To be turned by such an obvious ploy. Why do you feel like this guy's personality issues? Which one? That could apply to multiple people in this courtroom right now. Testify! Testify! Come on up and testify! Okay. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless.
Okay. The witness. Oh yeah, he's like a consummate actor. Can we? Oh, we can actually see. Give me a second. Is that fireworks? I think it is. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, guys. There's fireworks going off local to me. I guess it is the Friday before bonfire night. Alright, I'm back. I wasn't sure if it's like someone banging on the window or something. It's like, fireworks always shit me up at this time of year. Without fail. So, Uendo is 28. Geiru is 34. Hang on, why is she that age specifically? Why is she that age specifically? That's kind of concerning. There's a rule there. He's 20. I'm 34. No, I'm not 34. I'm older than that. Thank you very much, you whippersnapper. Okay. Right, understood. I'm not 34. No. I wish I was that young again. From what I can tell, there does not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there aren't any. Because I'm not trying to hide anything. Prosecutor Sadman is right. Anyone doing No Shave November? I don't shave anyway. I've got a full, thick beard. It's majestic. I'm not 67, fuck off. But I did pick up on some faint discord in Uendo's heart. That means that there's going to be a data breach in Uendo's heart very soon. Uh-oh. Ponder all you would like, defense, but it is pointless. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation. Hold it! I disagree, Your Honor. I detected discord in the voice of the witness's heart. That's a clear indication that Uendo is facing some sort of inner turmoil.
Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes?
Yes, Your Honor. It's morphin' time. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on this witness.
Objection.
Uendo, there is no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy. It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. Impetuous fool. Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? Because you're a twat.
If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor.
In one ear and out the other. It seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, Prosecutor Sadmonk. Every time he says it, it's just phenomenal. I love it. Just know this, Uendo. Your folly will surely earn you divine retribution. Thanks, Simon. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity you created for me. Just keep your wits about you. I will. Uendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? She pushed the widget. Okay. Here we go. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. Clearly stimming. Okay. I called him from outside the room. But he didn't reply. That's a bit strange. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table motionless. This seems suspicious to me. Why are you happy that he didn't reply? See, called to him from outside the room, feeling happy, that's sensible. He didn't reply. Being happy that he didn't reply is weird. I would have been surprised, maybe. And then entering the dressing room and him being slumped over the table. His happiness decreased when she didn't reply. Oh yeah, it did a little bit, didn't it? Very, very sad. Okay. But then his happiness was like maximum there. And maximum there. But he's still happy. That's the thing that's weird. Is it the lack of an emotion? Is that what I should be looking for? It's the lack of an emotion, okay. I think it's the lack of surprise. I've saved so I can, like, I think. Window, something here just doesn't match. Match. Ah, I see. Match as in... managed to assert a thoughtful, calculated hypothesis. In other words, you were the something here that didn't match, correct? It appears you've met your match. No worries. That was just one match. There's still the rest of the game to go. Okay. So it's not that. It's not the lack of surprise. In that case, it's the lack of surprise here. Because, surely... like, the sadness makes sense, but there's no surprise. The lack of surprise, like him not responding, I think you would be surprised by that. But... there we go. I was on the right track. Uendo, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions. Some thin stranger with cheesy toe skin, you say? I'm sorry, what? No, something strange with these emotions. Hey, Amoeba, welcome in. How you doing? How could you have heard some thin stranger with cheesy toe skin? I don't know. Maybe it's me who's got some cheese in my ears. Did he will the floors open up and swallow his cushions out of shame for that bad joke? The point I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out where we can see you. Bailiff, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. So what was this unexpected thing you noticed? This case is so silly. Oh, come on, he's only said a few cushions, not a few dozen. Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Who's laughing? Ah, focus, Athena. Don't let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Uendo. Don't you think that's a little odd? Is it, though? The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. The reason Uendo wasn't shaken when he saw his master's dead body is because he knew about his master's death. I think. Uendo, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you'd find your master dead. Well.
What? What kind of a thing is that to say? You got it all wrong. Oh, right. I just remembered something. I thought Shisha was just sleeping when I first saw him. Hee hee.
I don't think you did. You thought he was sleeping. It sounds plausible, but... what made you think he was asleep?
Well, he had his head and arms up on the table as if he were taking a nap. Oh, and one other thing. There was that note, too.
A note? What note?
Ah, he must be talking about this. It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting. Do not disturb. Yeah, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping?
That is a pretty reasonable assumption.
You've got to be kidding me. Okay. That's right. I saw this note, so that's why I thought Shisha was asleep.
I want to change my testimony to include that statement.
Alright, I'll run an update. Okay. Okay. Info update. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. But something seemed off, so I rushed over to him. I was shocked to find him dead. I couldn't believe my eyes. Why is he angry? Like, he's not... There's no reaction to this. But then he's suddenly angry about finding him asleep and something being off. That seems weird to me. You could not believe your eyes with 10 million fireflies. Why would there be 10 million of them? Why would there be 10 million fireflies? It's a song? Oh, okay. No. Sorry, that one went right over my head, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the joke, I'm afraid. Sorry. Owl City? Fireflies? No, don't know it. Soz. An infarctus. Yeah. Interesting. So, back to... I think that... I mean, we don't lose credibility, do we? It is the anger. Alright, okay. When do I notice something funny in your emotions again? Funny, you say?
I guess an entertainer of my caliber can make people laugh even with my emotions.
I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. When you entered the dressing room, I see you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is what made you feel angry all of a sudden?
What? Let's see. Oh yeah, now I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy on something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness. Hee hee.
Wait, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe? Just a little bump on my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really. Sounds more like he's hiding something. I'd better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Wendo. But I'm afraid it's something we do need to look into. I don't really see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. In the area around the dressing room door in this picture. But maybe there was something there at the time? Wendo, what exactly did you stub your toe on?
Objection.
What an irrelevant question. You dishonour the soul of the victim with these unnecessary delays. You tell her. Really, who doesn't stub their toe every once in a while? You really got to fuss over every small detail like this? Well, the thing is... even the most subtle fluctuations in a person's psyche can clue us into the truth. That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Plus, if I back down now, who knows what new insult Simon will hurl my way. Is there really no trace left of what Uendo stubbed his toe on by the door? What in the world might have been there then? But it's not even there now. Well, look, there's actually some imprints of cards. What's he stubbed his toe on, man? I mean, there's the dumpling box, but that's not, like, heavy enough to cause pain or whatever. Oh, hang on. The TV. Look. Because there's a trail of it through the soba. think this is right. But of course I'm safe scumming it, because it's me. Of course I fucking am. Because I'm a dirty little grubby safe scumming bastard.
Take that!
Please take a good look at this photo of the crime scene. Do you see it? This long track that goes from the door all the way across the room.
Now that you mention it, I do see traces of something getting dragged.
And the drag mark ends there at the TV. This implies the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that the TV is the object the witness stubbed his toe on. Well, Huendo, how about it? Yes, you're right, it was the TV. Okay. There, the noise level dropped again. Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV. But what of it? Why is this so important to you? So the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet. Which means he's still hiding something. Alright, let's try this tactic instead. Uendo, why was the TV moved there? Shisho must have moved it so he could watch my routine. But what a place to put it, right in the middle of the doorway like that. I didn't want to bump into it again, so I put it back where it belonged. Performances on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV? That's right, it's a closed-circuit monitor that shows the stage. Okay. I see. Now what? I can't find anything else out of place. And I still haven't gotten the noise level down to 0 yet. Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but I don't see anything else fishy. This is precisely why amateurs are such a bother. Sorry. I'm in no mood to play nursemaid here, but if that's what it takes to save the sober shop. Isn't this kind of tampering with the evidence considered a crime? I mean, in any sensible jurisdiction, yes, but this is Ace Attorney. It's very rarely sensible. Hoi, Wendo. Here's a curiosity for you. This table Master Tornado was slumped over looks like it was moved. Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back? Oh my, yes, you're right. The TV hit the table and Shisha's body moved with a jolt. That's when I first realised that Shisha was dead. Oh, but how scared I was. I see, thank you. We're finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. But I'd wager you'd need to put the spurs on Uendo just a trifle longer. Right. I can't keep asking someone to bail me out like this. It's time for me to regain my footing and really stand on my own. Uendo, what you said just now about discovering your master's death, could you please describe all of that again for the court in detail? Alright. But before you do, let me just plug in the latest information. Okay. Okay. Okay, we've had this already. Info update. Okay. I tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realised that Shisha was dead. Okay. Seeing him slumped over that cluttered table. Oh, Shisho. He's not very sad about it. He's a bit sad. I mean, we ain't gonna lose credibility if we get this wrong. It's not that. I can't skip through this. I can't skip through this, even though we've seen it before. Why can't I skip through it? Let me skip. Okay. Is it the level of surprise? Ah, okay. Okay. I was on the right track, I feel. That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. What was it that surprised you, Endo, besides your master's death? Well, what do you mean? What's more, you were even more surprised the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? Search me. Your little thingy must have made a mistake.
Silence.
Yes, Daddy. The girl is as sharp as a trout, to be sure. Oh my fucking god, what an incredible insult. Holy shit, man. But her ability to hear people's emotions is absolute. Now, get to remembering, Uendo. What was it that surprised you? That was a compliment, right? Well, the insult and the pose. I love Simon, he's great. No, we've pushed him too hard. And now he's mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control. Out of control? Care to explain how that's relevant? You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions in a witness's voice, right? From there, I look for inconsistencies between their testimony and those emotions. But sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, making it hard to get proper readings. So that's how your Matrix program works. Fascinating. Ordinarily, it's just one emotion that runs out of control. But it seems there's nothing ordinary about this time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we... Okay. Simon is just breaking widget to understand how it works. Okay. I knew it. What's got your knickers all in a bunch now? Uendo has multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. I've never seen anything like this, ever. So how does one bring a situation like this back under control? I have to find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat him. If I can identify what is causing this emotional rampage, then I can probe to dive in further. I'll need to point out what I think is the root cause and hit probe again. Through this process, I can identify exactly what's causing him so much distress, and that will help bring his emotions back under control. In that case, let's get started, shall we? Alright, I can't guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. Time to look for the root cause of his rampaging emotions. Okay. Why is he angry here? I guess it's the out of control thing, huh? I mean, why is the TV there to begin with? Because he's not facing towards it. You know, that's the thing. That's weird. I don't think we're going to lose credibility. I don't think it was the TV. This seems to be the cause of your shock, sadness, and anger, Uendo. I can express many emotions, such as surprise, sadness, and anger, on my cushions. To me, these expressions are simply an act. If I lost control over such things, I wouldn't be very effective on stage now, would I? Uh-oh. Looks like I got it wrong. Keep it simple, Athena. Thinking too hard will only drive you mad as well. Maybe Uendo saw something to make him feel this way? I mean, maybe it's just the fact that he's dead. Is it his corpse? Is it Shisho? Is it this? I mean, there's a spilled bottle, but, like, has he maybe thought his Shisho was an alcoholic or something? The witness is so emo. Yeah. It's not Shisho. Cluttered table? Having trouble, are we? Duh, I can't find the cause of his distress. Isn't it obvious? It's that bloody question you asked. That's what pushed him over the edge, remember? Hey, you're right. That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you react with surprise again. Okay. Hey, how you doing, man? Welcome in. We're trying to, like, nail this guy. The answer to the questions... Okay. So it's on the last one. So, you finally got around to building the Tyranids. Nice. I actually built 3 of my Blight Lords today. I've got another one to do. I've got one to finish off. What I've done is I've built one with the Plague... I've built one with Plague Spurter yesterday. And then I've built the Autocannon guy today. I've built the Blight Launcher guy today. And I've got one guy with a Combi Bolter. And I'm gonna... The other one's going to get built with Combi Bolter as well. Yeah. Took you almost 3 hours for some gaunts. You know what? Yeah. That makes sense. Because, like, it's surprisingly intricate putting them together, huh? Now, what has surprised him? Is it the bottle? I wonder. Is he thinking that his master's an alcoholic or something? No, it's not that. Too stupid to follow simple instructions. You know what? Me too. I kit bashed my first set of Plague Marines unintentionally. Okay. Something that would cause anger, surprise, and sadness or fear. But anger and surprise and sadness and fear would surely be the master's dead body. Other than Shisho? You had to disassemble something because parts didn't match. See, Death Guard's very easy to kit bash because, like, you can actually make a lot of the stuff just fit together that's not meant to. It's very, very, very easy to kit bash Death Guard. It's one of the reasons I quite like them. Like, the models, there's loads of customizability. Like, even with the Terminators, you can kit bash them a little bit too, which is quite cool. Okay. So we got not the bottle, the Manju bun, the character cards, the table itself. It was the character cards. What? I hope the game's going to explain this to me because I just took a wild fucking punt on that with no belief it was going to work. I get it now. The cards were the root of it all. The angle of the legs and arms are different. Why would the cards cause so much turmoil? I mean, I suppose with the message that's been left, but like, I guess I'm so sort of jaded by Ace Attorney that I just don't put any stock in the messages. Don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime scene is what was causing you distress. Owen Forth. Oh, okay. But why would Owen Forth cause distress? Yeah, so Owen Forth is what's caused distress, but why would Owen Forth cause distress? Why would the cars cause so much trauma? I don't know, because I've got no clue what Owen Forth is. The glue stinks up the room real bad. It really does. It's absolutely minging, isn't it? I mean, there's a hobby shop in town which does, like... There's one that focuses more on gaming and selling models. There's one that focuses on selling models and building models in store. And their shops stank of the glue. I'm not supposed to know why yet. So then how would I know why the cards... How would I know that the cards are going to cause turmoil because of the message? I may have a theory. I don't have the cards to know. The only thing I've got to go on is they said before about how you inherit the title of something. So it was saying who was going to be the fourth Owen. Now, who is the fourth Owen? I don't know who Owen is. Who is Owen? Is he Owen? I don't think his name's Owen. We got any Owens in chat? Wait. Was he trying to... Oh, I think I see. There's two cards missing. There's a C and a H. It was supposed to say a wench, and it would be Gayru. I see. I get it now. Any Owen over on YouTube? Possibly. Owen's got his live 2D debut tomorrow, by the way. It's at like, I think 6 PM American time, so unfortunately very, very late for us Euros. But yeah, he has got a live 2D debut, so yippee. We love to see it. Okay. And if the dying message was the cause of all his feelings, then that means the phrase Owen Forth must mean something to you. Okay. Is this the Clu-C case? We did it all for the Clu-C. What? The Clu-C? What? So you can hear the and stick it up in yeah. You get young Miss Tornado, and then it's just like boop, 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 boop. Thinking which, go listen to Clowncore as well. They're great. There, noise level 0. Fine. Sat on these nuts, you asshole. The dying message consists of 2 words, Owen and Forth, but neither of these 2 words have anything to do with this witness. Shut the fuck up, Naita. This topic warrants no further argument. Sure, there may not seem to be any direct connection between Uendo and the message, for now, but why don't you wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory? I trust you've hit upon something, Athena. Yep, if my theory's right, we can finally solve the case of Uendo and the mysterious Owen Forth. Well, go on then.
I can already tell this promises to be interesting. Now, please share your theory with the court, Miss Sykes.
There was something puzzling to me about Uendo's out-of-control emotions just now. Namely, there were 3 distinct reactions present. I'd never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible. Is there a conclusion to this meandering musing of yours? Hold your horses, I'm getting there. So, could a person flip between 3 distinct emotions of such intensity like a switch? In the end, I concluded it just wasn't possible.
So that's it, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant that it's possible within the realm of psychology. Within the realm of psychology? I'm afraid you'll have to explain it for the old man up here on the bench.
Your Honour, my theory is that Uendo... is a robot. Multiple personalities? I mean, I suppose for a Rakugo, wait. Oh my god. Transformers, powder in your eyes. Sober bots kill their masters to inherit the shop from the defendant. With so many distinct personas, it's clear to me that Uendo has dissociative identity disorder.
What does that even mean?
Your Honor, the defense would treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder. A preposterous proposition indeed.
Sorry, I thought that was interesting.
Would you not agree, witness?
How did she know? How did she figure it out?
Uh-oh. An accurate, if simplified, depiction of someone with multiple identities. So maybe Owen is one of those.
I can't believe it. Oh, that's wrong with us. I did it, Simon. I've read papers on it before. But to think I'd see a case of it for myself. Blimey. Rakugo artists tell stories as different characters, but as different personalities.
The intro was 4 people talking of the discovery of the body.
I guess so, yeah. Hey, you, lawyer girl.
The proper term for the identity and control is the one fronting.
Oh, okay.
See, I don't know very much about DID, I'm afraid.
You got a problem with us, huh?
No, no problem at all.
This is all very hard to believe. But now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court?
Uendo Tornado. I'm a Rakugo storyteller, as you know.
Hello, everybody. Patches the friendly jester here. Hee hee.
Kitsugawa, courtesan.
And is that all of you?
Yes, that's all of us.
So there are 3 personalities in total. Uendo, Patches, and Kisagawa, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now?
That you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they were dense enough to help you out.
That's why you need to make multiple voices? Oh, God.
Oh, can't you just straight up say I did great for a change? Huh. You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense, but all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness.
I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen.
A new interpretation.
Ooh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes?
Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personalities, this now makes perfect sense. I think it's the character cards. What? What? What do you mean, net, please? This is not obvious to me. I think it's the character cards. But none of those... Huh? What? I'm actually taking a minute to think over the evidence because it's not clear to me, you see. I'm learning. I'm not just blindly going in and saying it's definitely this. I'm saving first, and then I'm saying I think it's definitely this. Okay. I went over everything but the cards so you're confused. I was just going over everything just really to be certain that, like, the cards made sense, but it wasn't obvious enough that I was like, it's definitely going to be this. I was like, is this a trap? Yeah, am I being baited? So,
Take that!
The character cards.
That's right, Your Honor. Recall, the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Forth could have possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Forth actually means a secret 4th personality of Uendo's? A personality named Owen?
What? Paul Kunka.
Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want to be associated in any way with that dying message. No, that's not why. We kept our disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. We've been taking advantage of our affliction to act out various Rakugo characters.
If word of this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would be tarnished, as with the Tornado name. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado School. But really, there is no fourth personality. It's just the three of us in here.
A plausible enough sounding story. Come on, hit him with the boulder dash. Boulder dash, boulder dash, boulder dash. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it?
But...
Shut the fuck up, Nayuta.
I will concede that it is highly likely the witness rearranged the cards. Is Prosecutor Saimari actually agreeing with this? However, is it not also possible that the accused killed Master Tornado? And then left that message in order to frame the witness?
Ooh.
And upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged them.
Silence.
Yes, Daddy. A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado School knew about Uendo's multiple personalities. Uendo just finished saying so himself. Ah, that is true, but ultimately meaningless point.
Usually there's a dominant personality around everything. Controller?
Interesting. Interesting.
See, I know so little about Did that, like... Yeah, the only thing I know at this point is that I might be acoustic. And I say this only because people I know who are, like, diagnosed acoustics have said, hey, you might not be electric, man. I'm just like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, you might not need an amplifier, bro. Yeah. Look. They're the ones who said it. Therefore it's okay. Right? I can make this joke because they made it first. Alright? They made it first. And I mean, you know, I am thinking about getting the test done if I can, like, get onto the NHS for it. Literally unplayable. Dun 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 dun. I mean, it'd explain a lot. Like, I'm a cartoon on YouTube, you know. Anyway, the witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. You're getting an ADHD test done in January? Yeah, I think all of us weebs, like, probably have some sort of neurospice going on, right? That's far too little time to commit murder, wouldn't you say? No. Then who's to say you couldn't have done it before his discovery? Ah, that spring chick memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony? You're not a weeb, you're into Transformers, not anime. Look, Transformers is basically like, you know, it's basic. I mean, okay, if we're gonna go down this route, right? If Transformer is not anime, then we're gonna have to lump it in the same category as stuff like My Little Pony. So make your choice. According to the DSM, we'll have one issue or another. DSM 5, my goat. Geiru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done. It's the TV. That's right, until just a few moments before Endo entered the dressing room, Taifu Tornado was confirmed to still be alive. I don't think he was alive. I think it was the TV. Unless you need medicine for a micro seizures, not sure if diagnosis is much help. It's more a case of, like, it would confirm. Like, my brain is wired so that if there's questions left unanswered, it makes me really uneasy. I don't know quite how else to describe it. You gotta go cook? Okay, just know this. Oh boy, here comes the karma train. My Little Pony and Transformers are in the same universe? Huh. Well, I've learned something today then. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I've already confirmed with several audience members. Oh no! I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture. Yeah, I'm afraid so. I really stunk up the stage, I did. Hee hee. And yes, I have a perfect alibi.
Indeed. Why not land the coup de grace on the defence by describing your alibi, witness? Okie dokie smoky. Okay. I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness. But my performance was a huge bust. Not a single soul laughed. I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show. Okay. It's more of a perfectionist rather than OCD. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely elements of being a perfectionist in my makeup, that's for sure. Well, I can't try and deny that. Yeah, I definitely have, like, perfectionism built into me in a lot of ways. It tends to be in my work. Like, if things don't go as planned when I'm doing my work, it bothers me. You know, I'm very, very rigorous on timekeeping as well. If things don't go to plan on my timekeeping, that, again, bothers me. So, yeah. Well. Noendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it all go, defense, and move on. Well, get this, Prosecutor Sadmarty. The Right Anything Agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end. Fair. Allow me to say this once more. Let it go and move on. And allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up. Let it go and never. This is pointless. You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child. Your worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will. Slice! What? Oh no! Anything but this? Ah! Oh man. What's the big idea, Prosecutor Sadmarty? That was but a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Can be a useful trait in some occupations. I mean, yes, that's true. But other times it can be a big pain in the butt. Like, I'll be honest, like, sometimes it can be a detriment to me. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up as instructed? As if. In that case, you must require another dose. Save me, Simon. Yeah! Not bloody likely. I don't give two flips about your beliefs. But if Sykes don't know what to submit to you here, I won't be able to be good sober anymore. Battery straight in the middle of the court. That judge is... Yeah, the judge has allowed multiple prosecutors to abuse multiple defense attorneys at this point. He's allowed Francisca to whip people. He's allowed Goddo to scold someone and give them third-degree burns. He's allowed Simon to slash at us with his fingernails. You know, the only prosecutors who've not physically assaulted us at this point have been Edgeworth and Clethea. Everyone else has tried to beat us up in some fashion or another. For Mr. Wett's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach, I will never give up. You will rue those words, defense. Of that, I can assure you. Okay. Cross-examination, eh? Okay. I think we know what... I think I know what the issue is here already. The TV can be used to monitor the stage from the dressing room. Oh, I see. It's a suicide. He's basically killed himself because his star pupil's performance bombed that badly. I understand. Okay. How can we be sure it was you who was on that stage? Are you asking whether it could have been some imposter? I guess so. Unlike a big arena, a Rakugo theatre is a cozy little place. It would be hard to fool an audience in such an intimate setting, don't you think? Yeah, I guess you're right. Good. I'm glad we could clear that up, because I guess you could say... Okay.
Hold it!
Was there anything special about the stage or your performance that you can tell me? For example, were the lights dimmer than usual? Were there any problems or accidents? Not a thing. Everything was the same as always. Mr. Prosecutor, you questioned the audience, didn't you? Yes, of course. Apparently nothing seemed amiss to them except, well, one small thing. One small thing?
Oh, it's so embarrassing. I tried my best, really, I did.
Okay.
Hold it!
Do you have any idea what went wrong? I'm not sure if it was my performance or if it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time. I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder how he could have flopped at his own commemorative show. Maybe I should dig into things a bit more. Could you tell me which Rakugo story you performed? I could, but I'm not sure if it would mean anything to the uninitiated. Well, even if I might not get it, can't you at least try me? Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Sober.
Hold on.
Tornado, that's Master Tornado's routine. Time Sober, huh? Maybe Wendo's right. He's only said the name of the routine. I'm already lost. Ah, so you performed Time Sober, did you? What? You know it, Prosecutor Sadmadi? In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. I must say, Defense, you would do well to prepare better for your next trial. Simon, what's Time Sober about? Look it up yourself. Allow me to give an overview. The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How are you doing, sir? What can I get for you? I see you've got seaweed-topped Hanamaki soba and mixing topping... I'll have a bowl of shippoku, my good man. It sure is cold tonight, isn't it? But there's nothing like a hot bowl of noodles and soup to warm the soul. You know it, sir. One shippoku coming right up. So, how's business? Not so great, sir. Is that so? Well, that's great, because things can only get better from here, right?
Wow, Prosecutor.
The customer talks on and on like this. Finally, when he's done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. So how much do I owe you? That'll be 16 mon, sir. I see. Sorry, but I only have small change on me. I'll count the coins into your palm, so could you hold out your hand for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Hey, what time is it? It's 9, sir. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... Thanks and bye.
Ha 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 ha! Very well done, Prosecutor Sadbody. That was excellent.
Huh? I don't get it. What's so funny about that? Don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Then, just after counting 8, he asked about the time. And the soba vendor answered with 9. Oh, now I get it. He made the vendor say 9, and then he continued counting from 10. Exactly. He cheated the soba vendor out of 1 mon with his smooth talking. The story continues with another man who saw the whole thing and tries to do the same. But he bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for his soba. The story ends on that as the punchline. You can look up the rest of the details yourself. Or I'm sure Prosecutor Sadmonk over there would love to perform it for you after court. So basically it's a story about a man cheating on his soba bill. That's kind of petty, isn't it? Is that really all you have to say about this classic story? Time Sober is such a well-known staple of Rakugo, the skill of the artist is...
Objection!
Oh. Gotta love Prosecutor Sadmonk. It's brilliant. Fine, so you studied a lot. But we haven't the time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sadmonk.
I want to do a little more, but I suppose it is off topic. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the story I performed is called Toki Soba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Would you like to add this statement to his testimony? Yes, because there's a huge problem with this. There's a huge problem with this. Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to have it added. Very well. And this is the problem. Uendo is supposed to do Sober Glutton. Master Tornado is supposed to perform Time Sober. Right? So, Uendo has performed the wrong act. Uendo's performed the wrong story. Which is probably why it's bombed, because the audience is like, this isn't what we were paid. This isn't what we paid for, motherfucker.
Objection!
Uendo, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed? Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it. But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd.
Objection.
We are discussing the witness's alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmardy. The reason being, it contradicts the statement the witness just made. Uendo, do you know what this is? No, what is it? This is an invitation to the show sent from Master Tornado to Prosecutor Blackwell. Included in the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Sober was to be performed by Master Tornado himself. Ha! No! Uendo, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do? Well, you see, the reason for that is, how do I say this? You see, let's say it was a prank. That's right, it was just a little joke, you see. Hee hee. I was just trying to surprise Chicho by performing his routine before he did. I don't know if I buy that. Was doing the victim's routine really just for laughs, or... Hey, didn't something happen to hear Time Sober coming from the dressing room during Uendo's performance on stage? It seems like too much of a coincidence. But could it be? What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay. Stop comparing me to birds. Then cease this bird brain timidity. If something has occurred to you, then lay it out for us all already. Don't breed resentment in those watching your performance. Alright, alright. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. It looks like Uendo's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time, he may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about this case. Are you referring to the sober bill the man tried to skimp on in the witness's story? I'm not talking about the Rakugo story, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry, but then what are you talking about, Miss Sykes? What Uendo may have been trying to deceive us about was the time of the victim's death. Uendo tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death. What? Ah!
Objection.
What gibberish. Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death. I know. But he only testified that way because he and Geiru had been completely taken in. You mean by the sober bill thing? Would you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor? I was deceived? Pray tell, how did Uendo manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage? That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room. Oh, what might that be? The prop Uendo used was the TV.
Take that!
This TV was used to view what was happening on the stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to the dressing room, what was Uendo doing? He was performing Time Sober. Blast, could it be? Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Geiru heard was not Master Tornado practicing his routine. It was Uendo's performance as heard through the TV monitor speakers. Well, well, well. What? With the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room, it could easily be heard from the hallway outside. And because we knew that Master Tornado was scheduled to perform Time Sober,
We were easily manipulated into thinking he was still alive at the time rehearsing. Yeah, your knowledge of the day's program is why the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Tornado? With the doors in the way, I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard Time Server, I just assumed it was Master Tornado. I can't believe I was taken by such a simple mind game. All that is mere conjecture. Where is your proof, defense?
Objection!
Uendo moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he couldn't very well leave it by the door. Because then someone might figure out the trick he'd been playing. Urgh. And there's one more thing about Uendo's actions that's suspicious. And that is... the fact he flopped so badly on such an important occasion. What's so suspicious about that? Even pros slip up once in a while, you know. Yeah, like you, Judge. You slip up every single fucking day. Because you're just kind of bad at your job. I'm sorry, Aji, but that's the truth. That's just the way it be. Sorry, give me a second, guys. But I believe that this time it was intentional. Because Uendo knew it would be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room. Oh my! I'm using the fact it's not a real try to let my frustration at the judges go. Look, just because the court have made my job miles harder in the last few weeks, with that stupid-ass High Court judgment, you know, it's not making me better at all. Nope, absolutely not. No. Never bitter. Never punished. Yipes! It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice prosecutor Blackquill and Geiru heard was due to Uendo's scheming... then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 PM. In other words, Uendo could have killed Master Tornado himself. Well. We've got you by the stones now, Uendo, so you'd better confess everything. Well. That's not good for bro, is it? That's not good for bro at all. Oh, bro is not having a good day.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
We have one last cross-examination before recess. All right, we'll do that and then we'll finish up. We'll just make it a bit of a longer one tonight. Like, wife's out with her mates anyway, so it's not like I'm pressed for time or anything. Uendo! I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. Oh. His biggest strength is his biggest weakness. He puts up with a lot of BS. That is not a strength for a judge. Let me tell you now, that putting up with bullshit is not a judge's strength. It's actually kind of a liability in a lot of ways. It's the defense's claim that Uendo Tornado is the true murderer in this case. If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him a suspect. Now, wait just 1 minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho. Then why did you tamper with the crime scene? I refuse to answer that question. What? If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you. What could it be this time? Uendo had absolutely no reason to murder Taifu Tornado. After all, why would Uendo kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him? I mean, yeah, that's a fair question, I guess. That is, like, kind of a fair question, I think. Okay. Oh! Well, about that. His motive was, I can't think of a single thing. You have to leave to eat in a bit. No worries, no worries. If we've got one cross-examination left, I should be able to survive that much. I hope. Maybe. Not confident in my own skills, though. It appears you're also not aware of one other fact. And that is that the accused visited the dressing room before 4 PM as well. Is it not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at that time? What? Nobody told me Mr. Wet had also gone there before 4 PM. We were only discussing the time frame after 4 PM, so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 PM relevant... Uh-oh. It works in our favour half the time? Yeah, I mean, you know, that's fair. It does. Like, I can't even dispute that for a second. It definitely does. Okay. I don't like where this is going. So, you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you? Well, it was all very sudden, and... why'd you wait until the very last minute, the very last second to contact me, Simon? Don't you give me that look. And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the master before 4 PM either. This sort of thing is exactly why the prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared. Is Sadbadi Illid in Storm Rage? Okay. I mean, that's kind of cool, I suppose. In a fucked up way.
The defense will stop squabbling this instant. You are not prepared.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Sadbadi, please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defense, you know of the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct? Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles? No shit. You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water. The long rolling pin and the special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles. Precisely. These tools all came from the accused's soba shop. You mean they didn't belong to Master Tornado? Mr. West had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba-making lesson, and that visit was before 4 PM. I'm afraid that the accused needed the dough and made those noodles. He committed the act of murder. But wait, that doesn't add up. If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 PM, why would he return to that room at a later time? Uh-oh. Oh, it's Bucky. What's up? Are you kit and caboodle when it comes to noodles?
Oh my.
Hi, Miss Chickadee. Hey, Simon. The reason I went... Like, because Master Tornado ordered uncooked noodles. Mr. Wet? Yesterday, I brought noodle making tools to the restaurant around 2 PM. That's when Mr. Tornado ordered uncooked soba noodles to stock up on. Uncooked noodles to stock up on? Yes, ma'am. Master Tornado. Get a supply of soba noodles from my shop in his fridge. He only had one serving left, so I'm back to get some more. One serving of noodles in the fridge, but I thought the fridge was practically empty. Anyway, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now. Or is it? You ran into me and Geiru when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct? That's right, Shimey. I made time out of my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. Oh, did he now? That's interesting. That's very interesting. He just kept mumbling Rakugo lines for ages. So I got mad. I went back to my soba shop. Okay. Ah, that's why you got mad. Okay. Interesting. If what he's saying is true, there's no way he could be the murderer. I swear I'm telling the truth, Mr. He's gonna throw up.
Bailiff, quick, get this man to the infirmary. Well, I dare say he's quite the handful.
He is, isn't he? Your Honour, please accept the statements Mr. Wet made just now into evidence.
Objection.
Shut the fuck up, Naita. I believe the accused statement about going to the room at around 2 PM is true. For it falls within the victim's estimated time of death. Okay.
That opens up the possibility the crime was committed between 2 and 4.
Yeah, it sort of does, doesn't it? Okay.
That's some critical information.
Yes, Your Honour. But other than that one point, Mr. Wet's statements are dubious and without proof.
Objection!
Okay. But they're the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here.
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either. While I understand the defence's feelings on the matter, this court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit.
Okay. Now what do I do? I trust you have no further objections, defence. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the Twilight Realm. How about I send you to the Twilight shut the fuck up?
Silence.
Yeah!
What are you yammering about, Prosecutor Sadmonk? We still have something we need to question you into about. We do? Like what?
Well, don't just stand there.
But we don't have any evidence left to present.
Have you forgotten already?
Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question? A hidden witness? Oh, that's right. Your Honour, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet.
Oh? And what is this bit of unfinished business?
We haven't finished discussing this issue related to Endo. Owen. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen.
Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Uendo's might be the true culprit?
Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Uendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have had one for all we know.
Come clean now, Uendo.
You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you? Please tell us everything you know about Owen. That's enough. The witness has already stated he knows not of any Owen character. Bravo, you tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Hee hee. Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor witness. You will be tainted with his evil. Do you have any idea how cold and dark a prison cell is? I exercise my right to remain silent. What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you? Yeah, we're switching to Uma Musume. That's what we're doing now, guys. Uma Musume stream. Now, I say that I haven't played the game in weeks. Actually, probably about a month now. It's less that I quit the game, and it's more that like there's not enough in the game to keep me interested for now. I plan to go back when they've increased the content a bit more, but like until such time, it's kind of like yeah, a little bit off the cards, I guess. Shut up! I'll remain silent, and that's it. Patches, you fool! You stay out of this. Patches is not the brightest bulb in that box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen. There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. Formidable, formidable indeed. I'm sure glad he's on my side today. You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor. You were leading the witness. Witness, there is no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection!
Your Honour, Uendo is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question the witness about the existence of Owen. Let me just get a quick screen grab of that. Hang on. There we go. I just need to send this screenshot somewhere really quickly. I suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well. I will allow the defence to proceed. Paul Kunka. Okay. I've never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. We were always aware, so we definitely noticed if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? Okay. Did I drop something? I think I did. Well, I'll have to pick that up in a bit. I don't know what I just dropped. Something. It'll be fine. How am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities? Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on. Alright, I will. Having Blackwell on our side is amazing. Just stop putting the pressure on me. I have to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! Met her? Is that how you experience each other, like people meeting on the street? Well, it's more like all 3 of us are always here, and the personality that's most suited to the moment is the one that comes out. So when you're out, Wendo, what are the other 2 doing? Well, we never know when our turn will come, right? So we stand by and listen. So that means all 3 of you share the same memories. I never really thought about it, but I guess that's right. I see. Thank you. Please continue.
Hold it!
Okay. Patches, can I have a word with you, please?
Hee hee, why hello, you rang?
You said at first that you didn't know anybody named Owen, but then you exercised your right to remain silent. Were you afraid of committing perjury?
Well, you see...
I'll take over from here if you don't mind. Listen, I hate to say it, but Patches is about as smart as a sack of rocks. If you grill him with a bunch of highfalutin words, he's going to want to keep silent. I see.
So, looking after loose-tongued patches is your role, is it, Miss Kisugawa?
Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, I do know that Patches was just flustered, and that's why he decided to remain silent.
Okay.
Hold it!
Interesting. But what if for some reason you three were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the three of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen?
What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean.
I mean, you three share the same memories, right? But what if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the three of you are unaware or unconscious.
Objection.
Interesting.
Instead of speaking as if this fourth personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first.
Well, we've already seen 3 personalities. A fourth would be a stretch.
You dishonor the victim and this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof.
Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor said, Marty? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see one, there are likely 30 in your home. And basing my theory on such premises...
Comparing us to cockroaches, do we bug you that much, girlie?
But how do you intend to prove it?
How will you prove that all 3 personalities became unconscious, as you say?
Unless you can do that, all of this talk is merely empty speculation.
Well,
Don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that could render Ueno and the others unconscious.
Simon's right. I can't back down now. For my client, Mr. Wet, I have to. Wait, Mr. Wet?
Let me rest. Maybe throw a lump of regular flour of Rudolph noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba. You don't soba to rest. So about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh. Cut the dough fresh. And boil alcohol.
He's blacked out. Mr. Wet, falling unconscious. Wait a minute. I think I've got it.
Miss Sykes, do you have proof to back up your theory? I think that alcohol bottle's got something to do with it. So, what if Ueno's become so drunk from celebrating that they've passed out and Owen's come out? Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here in the crime photo. It is! In that case, please point out what supports your theory. This most likely is what caused Ueno to lose consciousness.
Take that!
This is probably what made Ueno lose consciousness.
Ah, yes, the sake.
And it isn't just like Master Tornado to pick a fine brand like Camel.
Sake?
Oh, you mean rice wine?
Oh, please, don't call it rice wine. That's so unsophisticated. And it's not even wine. Silly girl.
I must agree, you need to become more cultured, Athena. Tomato, tomato. It's made of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right?
It's called sake. End of story.
He's such a fucking weeb.
Fine, sake it is then. Ay, caramba. Everybody's so touchy about these things. I recall Master Tornado would often have a drink or 2 before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of the stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course.
And look, there were 2 glasses on the table. Ueno, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your 4th personality, Owen, emerged.
I drank sake? Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see, so yes, we did accept a sugary red bean bun. But since we really dislike sake, we said no thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Hee hee. Even a tiny drop can knock us right out. So you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake.
What? But that can't be right. The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away.
You amateur. Did you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale.
Don't tell me.
There was no trace of the witness having touched either of the glasses, naturally.
Right, of course. Miss Sykes, would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony?
Yes, please, Your Honour.
Very well.
Okay. It's not over yet? No, we're still finishing up.
I had a sweet manju bun, and I didn't drink any sake.
So he didn't drink any sake, huh? Oh boy, now we're in trouble.
That kind of answer is exactly why Sadman keeps insulting you. Now use your head. There are countless ways Endo could have gotten sake into his mouth besides drinking it.
Well, I know about the countless part, but nothing. Give it some thought, and you'll figure something out.
The case is Blackwell beating down Naito, and that's amazing. I mean, yeah, you know, it's unfiltered greatness. It's just so fantastic. I'm very happy with it, actually.
The witness must have had something that contained sake. Is there anything in the court record that hints at something like that?
Okay. So it's the final statement we need to press on. Let's have a look at the court record, huh? The manju buns are the same brand. The manju buns are Camel brand as well. Something in the court record. The position matters here? That's kind of what I keep coming to. Because the manju buns are Camel brand as well. So surely they could have been contaminated with sake in production, perhaps. Or the soba, maybe. But that seems unlikely. Do I have anything Camel patterned in the court record? I mean, I've got this, but that's a note. So, I mean, this is a huge stretch. This is a huge stretch. This is so stretchy, right? That it's Dalsim from Street Fighter.
Objection!
That is an incredible stretch. This shows what most likely made Endo lose consciousness.
That note. Are you feeling lightheaded, child, or perhaps a bit peckish?
I'm not hungry, and my head feels just fine, thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point, defense?
This faint design here reminds me of the paper from...
Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victim on the floor. Endo, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right?
Well, yes, that's right.
I don't know if you're aware of it or not, Endo, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious. So I was right, it was just trying to link the two things together.
The bean bun, but how?
Because those buns contained a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient at that.
A punchy secret ingredient?
Yeah. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room.
It does? The design of this object matches that of the manju box's wrapping paper.
Take that!
The camel pattern is the same as the one for the camel brand sake. Well, well, well.
So, just as Wendo said, he didn't drink any sake per se. But he did eat some. Well, well, well. Impossible. Uendo had a camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients.
So the defence's claim that Wendo passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming.
But there's one thing that bothers me. Wouldn't the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they're steamed?
In order to give them a stronger flavour, some manju are specially made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? Even I wouldn't pass out from eating a simple manju. Then how about we test that theory? What do you say, Your Honor?
Seeing is believing, as they say. Very well, I will allow a test.
Oh, thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy some camel manju on the double. And don't forget to get me one too, okay?
Why must I... And while you're at it, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will get one for me as well. I'm not the courthouse stable boy, you know. But just this once, I'll acquiesce. Taka, I'm counting on you.
Yippee! I made it through the first day of trial. Nice.
And all of you had better pay me back. Ah, but I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by carrier hawk. Court will reconvene as soon as Taka returns.
Hey, we did. We made it through. Nice. Alright. There it is. Okay. We're going to just pull straight over here, right? Yeah. I didn't even wait for the save screen to come. Because, like, we've had 2-3+ hour streams on the bounce. And it's a lot for my throat to deal with. So, I'm going to go take some cough sweets and kick back for a bit. I need to check the house as well. Just make sure no little shits have been trying to do fuckery on Halloween or whatever. So, guys, I'm not going to stand on ceremony. I'm just going to kind of pop off now. Tomorrow night, 5 PM UK time, so 5 PM GMT, we're going to be playing Power Wash Simulator 2 for probably like 3 hours. Again, more throat sweets. No, we'll see how we go with it. But yeah, it's Power Wash Sim 2 tomorrow. And then I'm starting to put my schedule together for next week. So that'll probably go up Saturday, Sunday, something like that. But yeah, cheers for the hangs tonight, guys. This case is a lot of fun. This case is a lot of fun. There we go. Okay. But yeah, I will no doubt see you guys very soon. In the meantime, take lots of care. Make sure that you have a good one, alright? And I am going to go... In fact, I might go to some food. Yeah, I'm going to go to some food. Alright. I'm going to see you guys later. Have a good evening. And yeah, 90 to getting his comeuppance for being an asshole. 10 out of 10. Fuck you, Prosecutor Sadbunk. Eat shit and die. In Minecraft. Okay, bye.